Hello, welcome back to DAB Greenscapes here in North Florida with another shoe review, which I think you'll find and like very much. It's from the North Face Ultra 110 GTX. Fantastic shoe. Here's the box. As you can tell, I wear a size 11.5. The North Face was founded in the 60s. Great company in San Francisco. Recently was purchased by the VF Corporation, which owns JanSport, Timberlands, Vans, Eastpak, and luckily they let it run on its own. They have a lot of social awareness programs. The North Face is a fantastic company. As you can see, I wear their gear along with many others, but this is fantastic like these because of the thumbs. Whether I'm riding or kayaking, I can still do it and get a little warmth. But we're here to do a review on a shoe. The 110 GTX, let me tell you, what a fantastic shoe. Sorry about the bump. Doing this in my backyard. So here it is. Here's the 110 GTX. GTX standing for Gore-Tex. So let's take a quick review of the shoe. You have the sole, what they call the outer. You have the midsole, then you have the upper. And let's just take a quick review of what we see. And I'm going to go over the shoe in pretty in depth. But I know you've probably read this or seen this on other pages, other sites. But I'll go over individual, what each does, what I've found as many pros and a few cons, and we'll go from there. So let's get started with the shoe itself. When I first unboxed this shoe, fantastic fit. Still is today. But there are a few caveats to the shoe. It's almost 15 ounces. It's a pretty heavy shoe. And in fact, one of the websites that I've read that they say this is for big or heavy men. Most of the sites that I've read, and from what I've come to understand interacting with people, is they think this shoe is more like a hiker. But this is a trail shoe, and this can actually be used to run marathons in. I wouldn't suggest it, but I guarantee you for those that are looking for long distance running, endurance running, outdoor running, this is a good shoe. Fantastic shoe. Let's start with the bottom. They call this Ultra Tack, and the reason is because it's sticky. The lugs multi-directional, they go all over the place. But man, let me tell you, these little holes that it has, because it's used for snow and dirt, moisture, mud, they track it in the house. And as you can see, these little tiny holes right here. My wife kills me every time she knows I wore these shoes in the house. Let me tell you, I've been wearing these shoes on and off, whether it's church, shopping, social events, work, you name it. I've had these shoes on. I've been wearing these straight for like 3 weeks. And I really wanted to wear them in. I wanted to feel them. I wanted them to beg for mercy because I wore them so much. But let me tell you, this sole, nice, really nice and grippy. I'll get into more of the wearability here in just a moment. The mid, this through here, uses something called CMEVA, compression molded ethylene vinyl acetate. Yes, and it's got a really nice shank in here, really heavy duty shank. I would say that it really limits your torsion back and forth. So if you're really looking for something that's either sloped or jagged or run over a multi-directional surfaces, this is the one. This is a great shoe for that. This is basically foam through here. That's all it is, but it's a really dense, very dense foam. When I press on the inside, it's really hard. And in fact, that's one of the cons that I might have, is this is a kind of a heavier duty, harder run. As you can see on the inside, I've pulled the liner out. It uses just typical thin liner, like a lot of these companies. Very, very, very thin liner. Not very comfortable. It's more of a sweat sock liner than anything. I have used my own liners in here because I like a higher arch support, although this gives great arch support. I've even added a little bit more in there. As you can see, that's from sweat and dirt getting in there. Look at that liner. Look at that Gore-Tex liner. It is solid. I mean, this thing is solid. In fact, so much that if I press on the shoe, you can actually hear that Gore-Tex liner moving in there. It's pretty wild when you put them on. But again, it's a fantastic shoe. It has run well. Again, so the bottom is Ultra Tack. This is your foam in here. Fantastic. Now the upper uses multiple products. Has a mesh, fully Gore-Tex lined, like I said. It uses a TPU, thermoplastic urethane in the front, polyurethane rather. It basically just a plastic, but it's more like rubber-like because it really bends and contors, can take heat, cold, rain. It's just an amazing toe bumper, fantastic toe bumper all the way around. It does use leather. They have leather pieces that go in here, which is what they call the mud guard, and then the heel cap, and then back on around. This is the only leather you'll find in the shoe. It goes up and around and through. So that is the upper. It does have some reflective material and stuff here, not much, but really, really nice. It does have a pull in the back when you put the shoe on, so it fits in. It uses, as you can see, and I'm gonna put this a little close, it actually uses nylon. Can't get that to focus, but that's okay. You get the gist. Nylon loops all the way around. I'm not sure these would fail because these are like ripstop material. However, I will tell you, these shoestrings, zero give. I mean, these things, you could probably tow a car with this thing. I mean, this thing is massive and it's hard, and not stiff so much, but it's just dense and strong. So when it pulls against these ripstop loops, it doesn't necessarily give as much. And unfortunately, I think that's a fault. That's one of the cons I wanted to talk about. When I first put the shoe on, as comfortable as it was, I could not get that snug feeling. It didn't get that wrap overall feeling, even though, as you can see, these ripstop loops pulls all the way along. It does wrap your foot, but I was getting just a little bit of heel slippage back here. I couldn't quite understand why that was doing that. And again, you got a couple inches here. Look at that, 3 inches maybe. Whew, nice, really nice, staying out of the water. But let me tell you, when you put the shoe on and you go to tie your laces, start literally at the bottom and pulling them tight as you go up, And it does have the double loop for those that like it here. I don't necessarily need it here for the work that I do to keep my ankle and foot really secure. I mean, again, to me, this is more just a work shoe. Even though I love them, it is a work shoe for me. But again, it has a little bit of slip to it. So just tighten them up really, really strong. Had they used a material that was, say, 95% nylon or poly, whatever they choose to use, and then 5% some sort of acetate or something stretchy, it would have been much better because you would have been able to pull, I feel, the laces a little bit tighter. I've made that comment known to them, and I'm sure like many comments, they just say, thank you. But either way, looking at this shoe, I would rate this, and again, I've told you this before, I don't like ratings because what does it mean to you? What is my 10 scale compared to your 10 scale? But I'd give it a 9 out of 10. The only changes would be this tightening up in here. Could have been a little better liner in the shoe itself. But let me tell you, I love this shoe. I love this shoe. This is my new favorite shoe. I've been wearing them a lot. I mean, yeah, we've gone through the Merrells. We've gone Timberland even. We've gone through all the trail shoes. But let me tell you, this is a fantastic shoe. It has been horrible for this cold front coming in. It has been horrible weather here. We've had rain on and off for a week and a half. And let me tell you, this has survived everything. Yes, you feel the temperature change when the water hits. And you said, oh crap, the water got in my shoe because I can feel it. But no, you pull your foot out and boom, it's perfectly fine. Fantastic. Isn't that great? Again, I would highly, highly recommend this shoe. Fully gusseted. I mean, all the way up. You can see the gusset. Look at that. It stops right here. I mean, that is perfect. So for those that were looking for a great shoe, a trail, but I recommend it as a hiker. It's a hiker. It's not a running shoe. It's a hiker. Men's Ultra 110 GTX. Let me tell you, this is a good shoe by the North Face. Go out and get you a pair today. You can find them all over. The 110 GTX. Get the Gore-Tex. You'll love them. You'll like them. You'll wear them forever, and you'll rebuy them. Thank you for watching. Comment below. Hit the like. Man, hit the like. I like those. I don't get paid. This is all on my dime. Many more shoes to come this year. I'm sorry I'm a little late this year, but that's okay. We got a lot more shoes coming. Thank you. Take good care. God bless.